Hey everybody, in this episode, we are going to make a Jurassic Park-like game. So it's going to be really similar to the Pong game we've done before, but it's only going to be one player. You're going to have some dinosaurs that you're going to knock out of the air, get some points. And we're going to make some blocks. If you've never customized some blocks before, we're going to do that. And we're going to use some if-else statements. We're also going to switch costumes in between like one single character, so you can kind of see that one single character move around. So you can totally do your own theme. If you want to do mine, I'm calling it Jurassic Park because it is an amazing movie. So let's get started. So I'm going to start by changing that up there. I'm also going to start by getting rid of Scratchy, and I'm going to start then by choosing a background. There is a background. Let's see, you could go like forest. There's one that's Jurassic. I think that's one of the reasons why I picked this. Okay. Next thing we want to do is I'm going to grab the background and I'm going to delete that one. I'm going to then duplicate it and I'm just going to make Jurassic 2 with a game over logo on it, or you can type it, right? All right, back to the first one. Here we go. Let's jump in the code. And let's start bringing in some sprites. So let's first bring in a dinosaur. If I can spell correctly, there we go. Of course, I want to get the T-Rex in here. So I'm going to call this one T-Rex. Bring in another dinosaur. You can bring in as many as you want. So I'm going to show you how to do it with two, but you can bring in as many as you want. I'm going to also bring in like a ball, and let's change that ball to blue, and I'm going to change the size to like 50%. You can, of course, totally modify. The next thing I want to do is make a paddle. Make a somewhat small paddle, and you can see the size of it kind of compared to the dinosaur. All right, I'm going to put that in the middle, and I'm going to bring that kind of down here. All right, and then I'm going to create the last thing, which is going to be, I'm going to go black, and it's going to be like, I call it my end zone. Okay, I'm going to hide it on the bottom of the screen, and is going to be, if the ball kind of comes too low to that, I'm going to push it down pretty low. If you go too far, it might snap like back to the middle on you. Okay, so if the ball ends up hitting this sprite 2, and again, I'm going to call it the end zone, then it ends your game. All right. My dinosaur is a little bit too big, so I'm going to switch that to 50%. And the T-Rex, I think, is too big. I'm going to switch that to no, that's way too big. So like 50% there. Okay. We've got dinosaur. We got a ball. So the idea is the ball bounces around. Then if it hits one of the dinosaurs, they disappear. You get a point, so on and so forth. So let's start bringing in some code for like the paddle. So I'm going to bring in the code here, or I'm going to move the paddle. You can kind of adjust it, but I'm going to bring it like pretty low to the bottom so that as the ball moves around, I can move left or right with the paddle. So here we go. I'm going to grab this and a forever and a couple of if statements. So If I use my right arrow, then I want it to move to the right. So if you move to the right or the left, is that X or Y? So we're going to change the X by 10. And then I'm going to right click on that and duplicate that. And if I change it to my left arrow, I want it to be -10. All right, so let's start hitting play. And I can do that. Left and right works. Okay, good stuff. All right, next, let's move to the ball. And let's say every time that it is clicked, the ball moves to, well, you can kind of an idea. So as you move the ball to wherever you want, you'll notice that your X position changes and your Y position changes. So I don't know, you can see where you want it. So I'm going to just change mine to like 0. So right in the middle. And the Y can be like 30. All right, I want to set my points. So I'm going to make a variable and I'm going to call this points if I can spell correctly. And set my points to 0 so that whenever we start over, we're going to be good. And I want to make sure that also we change switch background. There we go. So I want to make sure that I have Jurassic 1 up. Make sure, yeah, Jurassic, and then Jurassic 2 is game over. So definitely don't want that. Okay. So this is going to be the setup. And then, all right. We're going to add a forever. And now let's start adding in the ball bouncing around. So if we want to say we want it to move 10 if it is on the edge, then it bounces around. And you can see, there we go. All right. And the next thing we want to do is add a couple ifs. So if it touches the paddle, and we have the paddle being called sprite 1, then it's going to turn, and we can say 15 degrees, or we can just have it pick a random between like 150 and 190. This is similar to like what we did for the Pong game that we made earlier. And so we can see that now. All right, it's just going back and forth. So we'll fix that here in a little bit. And let's say if it touches the end zone, one thing you can do is you can duplicate that. And you can say if it touches the end zone, then we can switch background to Jurassic 2 and we can stop all. All right, let's start adding some points to this. Throw that out. And I'm going to grab another if statement, put it inside. You'll notice I'm going if after if. I'm not doing it inside of the other ifs. So if it touches the T-Rex, then we want to add a point or change a point by 1. And we want to broadcast an event and I'm going to call this event T-Rex. Okay, I'm going to grab that. I know I just made it. I'm going to duplicate it because it's going to be really similar. I'm going to say if I touch dinosaur 3, which is the pterodactyl, it is going to also change the variable by 1, but I'm going to make a different message and it'll say hi and hi dino or pterodactyl, whatever you want to do. All right. So now we've created some broadcasts. We need to then connect them to our T-Rex and our pterodactyls. So here we go. Let's make sure that on the start of this that we show our T-Rex. And so we want to make sure that the T-Rex goes to a position. Let's see. Goes to a position and it doesn't if we make that position, it's always going to start there. So what we can do is we can say, hey, let's start at something around like negative 230 to 230 for the x, and then something similar for the y. So like negative 70 by like 155. And so you can kind of get an idea of, as I move this around, okay, the top right corner is 230, 231 right now to 272. And so you can see top left is negative 230-ish and 175. And so you can get an idea of where you want it to go. We also want it to show up, right? So the T-Rex is what we want to show. We want to start with the T-Rex and then bring in the pterodactyl. Okay, so here's something new. I want to have that dinosaur change from different costumes. So it'll almost look like he's rah and dancing, kind of. So in a forever loop, I'm going to have him switch costumes. So he's going to go from this costume to this costume to this costume to this costume and then back. So we've never done this before. So we're going to switch from costume A, dinosaur for A. Then what you want to do is you want to add a weight. Now I'm going to change this to like a half second. And then I'm going to duplicate this. I'm going to put it inside. I don't know why. And then I'm going to duplicate this. And I'm going to put it inside and stop. Okay. So I'm going to make sure you change these. It's going to go for B, for C, and then for D, and then loop back. So you can see he's kind of dancing there. There we go. All right. Now, if you remember, we actually came here to create that broadcast. So let's also finish making that broadcast. So when I receive by T-Rex, I hide the T-Rex. And then when I receive by Dino, I'm going to, then I show up again. All right. We're going to do something really, really similar with this dinosaur. So let's kind of, we've got all that set up. And of course, you can see the ball bouncing back and forth. We might need, looks like we need to add a little bit of bounce if it's on edge. Yeah, give it a little bounce and change, maybe even change direction a little bit. So there it went. Okay, it was bouncing back and forth. And so it jumps down to the dinosaur here. We're going to make a similar code here to the dinosaur. Let's see, we've got this set up. We've got the sprites. All right. So this is a good time to call a timeout. Make sure that your work is saved and it's scratched, so it should save automatically. And then we're going to come back for part 2.